get caught out, though. This might actually be the first blood. He's surrounded. Fluff has a point in Glaive, so he can get a couple of extra nukes out.
I lost.
Auto attack Bone 7. Down for the count. Fire strike first.
That was easy. I blame.
He gets last worded, taking so much early pressure. Skewers off the mark, though. They still bring him down with the RP follow-up. Where is Eternal Envy? He's got an armlet. He's pushing mid. Unfortunately, no teleport scroll. Boy, they could have really used him in that fight. He does take the tower mid instead, though.
Nah.
Or good luck, depending on your point of view, I guess.
So Huskar is really yet to... Oh my goodness, he almost died the tower there. Guess he's been used to armlet toggling.
I feel like watching Envy play Huskar is like watching someone who's like a good driver just drifting. The range, he ends up getting Fog. At the same time, there's a hook shot coming and catching out Fog. Global was used, so Misery can't saw him. They get the first kill inside of that Chronosphere, bringing down the Wisp, but now TC's gonna fight Eternal Envy. There's your RP, beautifully done by Ush, cleaving through them all. That's a triple for TC. Wonderfully. One kill in the Void away from ending this game. They throw out a curse. Fluff quickly getting caught. He's got a Force Staff. He uses it as Eternal Envy dives to the tier 4s. Now Lasso. Pull back further. If that Void's going to buy back, this feels like a pretty good time to do it. Silencer will buy back. Not choosing to use it yet.
Motion pits his Necro Book actually dragged him over. He's going to BOT over there. Oh my god.
Streaming in. The Void's going to be here. Chrono's at the ready. Finds Envy. Goes for Bone 7. He's got a secondary Chrono at 9 seconds, but it's not ready yet. RP also available. No Wisp. The Deputy Blast hits on 3. Eternal Envy fighting. He's turning it. He's killing off TC. He brings him down. Roche bashing him. Fada going to die as well. Fluff doing some heavy right click. He'll get focused now. The Courier even dies, scattering a gem to the ground. Eternal Envy seems unkillable. They gotta bring him down. They've even bought back the Void for this. There's no way in hell he can live through another round. TC with the Chrono. Whoa, there's a refresher RP. Kill the man. They finally will. And now buyback only up on Invoker, as well as your Clockwork. Down mid goes Miz. They'll go for the jugular again.
That was almost an epic comeback.
He was so cool.
They can still kill the Faces away. He doesn't actually have any sort of Chrono. They also only have 1 RP.
Mike clicks in close to the fountain. He's bailed out by a Force Step from Fog here. The hook comes streaming in for Bone 7, but remember, they are fighting without their Huskar. Not going to be an easy engagement. TC gets the first kill. RP finds Fada. The push of it. TC long leaps past him. Well, this is awkward. Now, using the Ghost Scepter, and they saw him just to stall. Naga Illusion's pushing in the top lane, but not fast enough to threaten buildings. They have to go back to the well, and that's where you go on to the throne.
They don't have any ults, though.
Fired. No Chrono Spheres, no Global Silence for 40 seconds. They're still trying to force their way in. The Naga Illusion's beginning to ramp up. If they back now, that top lane will need to be addressed. Are they going to retreat? It looks like Fire just can't quite end this damn game.
Well, they need a Chrono and or RP. I think it's really silly for them to push, even with EE down, without the Chrono and RP, because Void doesn't have buyback.
They're getting so eager. They just know how close it is. And Roche is, by the way, at a 3rd health, so... we'll take a free Aegis and Cheese. Why the hell not?
It's super safe for Faceless Void to take it, though.
Active Rocket coming in. Cheese on the ground. Aegis snagged by...
Aegis not picked up by TC? What?
What do you drop?
Magnus has a buyback. He is one of the only heroes in the game with a buyback
so
left.
So drop the Daedalus here, you think?
I think so. I think it's more important for him to have 2 lives, because he can die in a Hex combo, but they don't have 2 Hexes.
Well, they may just wait until this Aegis expires. I guess that's the other option if you want the Void to have buyback.
Holy crap.
Dicey game. Tough choices to be made. And Cloud9, the safety is in the well, at least for now.
So Heaven's Halberd and a Butterfly.
Well, good thing he's got an MKB, I guess.
So let's check buyback status. 4 minutes on Faceless Void, 2 minutes on Huskar. So maybe they can go with the Huskar buyback, kill Void, win the game. That's an option. I think he's pretty much
If that Void dies with no buyback, they are not killing the Huskar. If Huskar's dead, I feel like the other 4 can deal with the other 4 of Cloud9 pretty well, but... Not the Huskar without the Void.
What is Naga going with this blade? Oh, Diffuse, I suppose? Purge the Hex, I think, from Lion would be the most useful.
Yeah, also gives you good effective DPS if you are fighting.
I mean, getting a Halberd, second Halberd would be really good too.
Void does have the double BKB. Radiant Courier gonna respawn. I didn't actually check also. It had a gem, I think, that dropped.
So let's see. Actually, he just spent all his gold, so he does not have buyback. So I don't think there will be a window where...
Magnus and Silencer do. And he's got the Aegis on Mag.
Yeah, Mag's not the important hero, though. It's highly unlikely that he's going to die with double BKB and double RP.
And just not being focused in general.
I mean, Fire is over double the kills of Cloud9. Cloud9's still hanging on in there due to this Naga, the tanky Huskar, and some nice Invoker play from Fada. Bone 7's doing Bone 7 things. 1 in 14, poor guy.
Like you said, not his tournament, to be honest. Yesterday was okay. Definitely not his day, though. They're not out of it yet, though.
You know, things would have been different if that Necro book had not been there. He would have had to take like 10 seconds to BOT in and then go over. But since the Necro book actually dragged the creeps there, they were able to go on Roshan before it died. And that was actually a really big deal. That Fada, I don't think he was microing. He was too worried about killing the lion or something like that.
Well, Fire just got more tools for Eternal Envy. Now a double Hex for Bush. Refresher. Giving them double RP, double Chrono, double Hex, and Global, and Lasso, and the Lion Hex, so triple Hex.
And we've seen...
And he still has lived through a lot of this.
Yeah. And it's going to have to be a very well-timed Naga 7 sleep. I think that's going to change things around. And, of course, the EB. And Fada has been very good about using the EB defensively on EE.
And they are not... At this point, getting a Diffusal Blade just does not seem to be in the cards for Fire. A well-timed Global, good, but not good enough with this Manta. Maybe if Misery's blown it. What do you think of the Fluff Shadow Blade?
It's important that he doesn't get caught out. I think it's just so important that he doesn't have vision. I actually think Shadow Blade's underutilized on initiators or counter initiators. Just because, yeah, they get a gem, but they're not going to be close enough to you to see them.
It's also pretty good late game. Like, if a team loses their gem, can't buy a new one, or supports run out of... They generally run out of detection.
So, is this going to be a base race? No, it doesn't look like it. They don't want to risk the megas. Oh, actually, I don't know. They could stall with Misery with a sleep and then commit to the base, but...
They definitely want Fire to back off. That's for sure.
There's still no buyback on Void. And they don't know that there's no buyback on Huskar.
Are they going for it? They're gonna go for it.
This is risky.
TC.
They could wait 1 minute easily.
They wouldn't have their Aegis. They'll relocate to the top side of the map. Envy and Big Daddy straight to the throne. They're bringing in the Necro Book. And meanwhile, the fight breaks out. Lasso coming through, but at the same time, there's a song to disengage. They're being held in position back at the Radiant base. This relocate will end. They leave Eternal Envy behind. He's not killing it off very quickly, though. TC also going for the throne. The Butterfly will come in handy now. Envy still has to work through a tier 4 tower. TC dropping low, has both Chronos at the ready. Global now deployed. Fire got to start killing buildings off, though. Eternal Envy dancing with this tier 4, but it's not particularly quick. They'll lose their Aegis. TC low, still no buyback for 27 seconds. Almost killed off by a rocket. He's got the Chronos. Use one, man, before you're gone. They'll get the Wisp kill. Envy being dragged back towards the fountain by the Stash himself. And TC will bring down your Naga. Envy just can't do it fast enough, it looks like. They'll go now for the throne. TC kept alive. Fire, pull it out of the hat, and they will force a deciding Game 5.
What a game.
Holy shit.
C9 pulled all the tricks out of the hat, too. They tried their damn best to protect EE in all these fights, but I think the Huskar pick... I don't know. Did it end up being more of a liability than not?
It's hard to say. Like, there were so many moments where it was unkillable, but... It also did not win the game, and it had a really good start.
Yeah. I think, actually, the second Roche was probably the biggest deal in the game to me. That was the point where it's like, oh, crap. They have this Huskar, and they had this game plan. Roche, fight, kill Void, get big, kill Roche, do the same thing over and over, and they couldn't get Huskar to that point where Faces Void couldn't kill him.
Pretty ballsy play here from Fire. Going for that base race situation, no buyback on Void for 20 seconds at the end, which would have been enough potentially for the throne to die.
It was also a big deal that Invoker, he walked back through the fire during the song, and then his blink was disabled, and then Void just time walked in and killed him in one hit. If he had taken a different path, if he circled to the right of the tower instead of the left, he could have blinked back the fountain, and then he would have been alive. He didn't have his buyback up either, so that was, I think they would have actually killed Faceless Void had he been up. So I don't know. It was such a close game.
It's a tough one. Probably a lot of mistakes that can be picked apart, but for the players and for us guys, there's no more time to dwell on that. A deciding Game 5 awaits. You're watching the Dota 2 Asia Championships America qualifier. It all comes down to this. I'm LD, he's Merlini. We shall return for that Game 5 after this.